Now we have time for questions for both myself and our President CEO, Ken Bishop, if you have some. So please come forward and ask any questions you might have. And the hard questions, I'm going to let Ken answer.
You know, Donnie, while people are coming to the microphones, I'd like to address Kathy's question from NSA. One of the things I'd like our audience to know is that we do really care about other stakeholders, including NSA. Walter and I attended their annual meeting. We presented to them about all the major issues that were coming before NASBA, and we also allowed them and their chair, the former chair, to ask us the questions that they wanted to ask about, some about the deep issues that we've been working on. And so we really much appreciate that relationship. I can tell you, you might be interested to know that the last 3 chairs of NSA, at least the last 3, have been CPAs and very active in their states. And John Ames, who is my counterpart at NSA, and I have a good friendship, and we meet regularly, and we don't blindside John on things that we're doing. So I did want to expand on that answer a little bit, and I think Kathy, you and I have had conversations as well, so we appreciate your question, Kathy.
So questions. We've got answers. Have you got questions?
Boy,
I think
we're good. We covered everything.
Tom, we may be doing a raffle a little early. Tyrone?
Yes, Tyrone Dickerson from Richmond, Virginia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, I have been coming to NASBA conferences since 2005 when I first got on the board. I've got to honestly say this is not a question, but this is a compliment. You guys did one hell of a job in this conference. I mean, it's just magnificent in terms of
Thank you.
Maybe we should stop now.
That's the end of the question and answer period. Unless somebody else has something nice to say.
Yeah, and it's all about our leadership. I mean, you guys go above and beyond. President, CEO, Ken, I mean, the staff, it's just amazing to me and the rest of us as delegates and so forth in terms of how things are coordinated, the activities that you plan, the places that you take us. I am just so proud to be a member of NASBA and obviously now on the board of directors. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You can cash that check now. Okay. I want to just piggyback that for just a minute. And I've talked to a couple of the past chairs here, Mark Harris, Galen Hansen, and a few others. And one of the reasons I was hopeful and was honored to be your chair, the staff at NASBA is unbelievable. And each one of the past chairs explained to me that during their experience with NASBA, when they had a situation, a problem, a question, or they needed some help, the staff at NASBA was just amazing, and they did their job, along with the volunteer group that we have on the board. So I am honored to be the chair of this organization, not just in title, but because of the people we have behind us supporting us, from the staff on down to as well as our volunteer leadership. So I appreciate their time and effort also. Thank you.
You know, Don, yeah. You know, if I may, I'd like to maybe reverse the compliment. You know, the reason the NASBA conferences are successful is about you. I mean, it's diversity, it's the group of people. You come here, you're awake, you're engaged, you talk to each other, you ask great questions, you make great comments. I mean, how great it is to look out here and see not only all the state boards represented, so many state societies, outside organizations. We had Poland here, we had Scotland here, we had representative from Germany. I mean, you have people here from obviously AICPA that we work closely with every day. And I think our conferences are getting better because of the inclusion and the types of people that are coming to these conferences. I am not happy that there are 51 states and territories here. I want there to be 55. So we still have work to do because we really are going to be the best that we can be when we have every U.S. jurisdiction and we have the outside stakeholder groups. And I want to mention the Canadians. The Canadians come to each of these meetings and they are not potted plants. I can tell you that Kevin and I had deep dive policy discussions while we were here together. The Canadians bring so much to the table. By the way, a round of applause for our Canadian friends who come up every year. So I want to say thank you. I mean, we love hearing that you think the staff's doing a good job. I know the volunteers love to hear that they're doing a good job, but you're doing a good job, and you are what makes this a great conference. So thank you very much for your participation at this meeting and all the meetings. It's wonderful to have you here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's come on, somebody's got to have some more questions. Well, that's pretty interesting. We did a heck of a job.
We did it.
You did a heck of a job. Okay.
This is getting awkward, so.
Well, let me. I'll make a couple comments about our situation here. Ken mentioned that we had how many, 51 or 55 here?
51.
And I can remember my first NASBA conference. That was not nearly the number, and I think that is a direct correlation to some of the staff's efforts to reach out to the different states, as well as even the state societies, and try to develop some type of trusted relationships with the ones that we possibly didn't have that good relationship in the past. And again, as your leader of NASBA, I want to make sure we're here, you understand that we want to collaborate with you, which means we want to listen and learn from you and give you the tools that you need to be successful. And I think if we continue to do that, hopefully we'll have 55 out of the 55 jurisdictions at the next meeting. But please let us know if it's something we can do to help you out, or if you've got some comments or questions, or any advice for as we go down some of these paths we go down this next year.
Thank you. Again, congratulations to Walter for a great year. Yeah. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for being here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. And I'd like to probably say this, and one of the final things I say. Everybody here, the people who participated, who came to the meeting, as well as the speakers and participants, gave us their most valuable asset, your time. And we very much appreciate your time and what you put into this conference. I know I'm very sorry they had to come to California, to the beach, with the sun and that beautiful reception we had last night. But I do understand that from the volunteers in particular, a lot of you are away from work, not earning money, and you spent your time and effort here. And I hope that in return, we gave you value for the time that you spent for us. And I really appreciate you spending your time and effort for this. And I hope that you have learned some things that you can put in your toolkit to make you do a much better job, okay? And again, I think this has been a very informative meeting to me. I've heard new ideas, not only the meeting, but having people come up and talk to me. I've had a few people who have even told me they're going to send me emails after the meeting on some items we've discussed. Please do that. We'll be happy to do that. I'll be happy to discuss that with you in the future. I'd like to also give all the speakers a round of applause, because we started off with some fantastic speakers. And I know sometimes when you get to some of the technical issues, it's hard to make them exciting, but I think we covered the topics well. We gave you information that could be useful for you to take back. I also want to make sure that I thank, again, Tom Kenny and his staff who's back here. Y'all give him a round of applause. I really believe, and I don't know this for a fact, but when I got here on Wednesday, I think Tom and his staff have probably worked 16 to 17 hours a day. This is their tax season, and I believe they had a very, very successful tax season here with us this year. We're going to, if you've got your evaluation, please fill out the evaluation. And I've told them if you rate me high on everything I've done, your evaluation will be drawn as maybe one of the prizes for the raffle. But make sure you fill out your evaluation. Tom, who's taking those up? We're going to have somebody take up those. Anita in the back's going to take up those. That's going to be a possible prize for you. I also would say that with all that said, I am really looking forward to our next annual meeting. And hopefully we're going to be in Austin, Texas, which would be a great venue for us. And then we've got our regional meetings in Asheville, North Carolina at the Grove Park Inn. And if you have never been to Asheville, it is a beautiful, beautiful place. And the Grove Park Inn is a grand old hotel there on a beautiful piece of property with a world-class Donald Ross golf course there. It's just a beautiful piece of property. Asheville has become one of the main attractions in North Carolina. I know some of the people from North Carolina can tell you that's true. A very artsy community, just a great place to visit. And then we're going to Denver, Colorado for the other regional meeting. And Tom and I are working on a tag along for that. We're going to do T-shirts for that, and the tag for that is going to be Rocky Mountain High, I believe we're going to have for Denver. Is that right? Is that?
I believe we're going from moonshine to marijuana. I didn't say that out loud, but that's what we're doing.
That's good. So you are no longer in charge of taglines, Tom. But I like that. I wish you'd have told me that. I could have used
We can do
that.
marijuana from moonshine if that's the order, but
And I've got one more thing. Well, two more things in particular. But I want to also tell you that over the years I've been on the board with Walter Davenport. I've been honored to be his vice chair this year. And I just want us to give Walter a great round of applause for his dedication, leadership, and the time that he has spent in that. And I don't know if y'all noticed, I had a little trouble finding the gavel today. Walter stole my gavel. He wouldn't give it back to me, so I had a little trouble getting that. But Tom, are we ready?
well, we're almost ready. We have
for the rest of the story.
You gave credit to Walter, and Walter told us earlier this meeting that gave you the full story about what's going on with NASBA and embracing the future. But I think there's more to it.
Yes. So we want to show a little video right now.
Yeah, we have something that's called the full story from our new chair, talking about our old chair. So can we lower the lights and play the video?
I'm sorry, Walter. I'm more than happy to follow in Walter's footsteps, but I'm really looking forward to embracing the future in this baby. And I really appreciate Walter's tradition of giving the next chair a car. Thank you, Walter, very much. And I hope Betsy runs for another 500 miles. Thank you very much. And there's going to be a time for the most exciting part of the meeting, the raffle. But one last thing, I say this at most events I do. Thank you for your time. Thank you for that. But no meeting is successful unless everyone gets home safely. So it's my prayers and hope that everybody gets home safely and have a great next few days. Thank you very much. Thank you.